Okay, here we go. I don't want to feel better. A polyamorous ship between Glam Freddy, Glam Bonnie, and Monty. Written by Missevilxd. Part 1 of, I don't know. Chapter 1. The Band. I'm sorry if you just randomly hear my water bottle. I need to drink. Monty sighed as he closed their bass bag, listening to the vocalist and the other bassist arguing after the show. Why do we have a new member, Freddy? He isn't doing anything here. Unless you intend on replacing me. Freddy. I'm not. You and Chica are the ones who made songs with either 2 bass lines and 1 guitar, or 2 guitars and 1 bass line. You brought this onto yourself. Monty walked off to the dressing room, annoyed at their conversation, meeting the other band members and someone else outside next to the cars. This was his first show with them, but Monty already got the feeling they were family to some of the other members, mainly from the guitarist Chica and the guitarist Roxy. That wasn't to say that Freddy wasn't nice to him. He was, but he was a bit more careful around him. Besides the band, Gregory, Freddy's 16-year-old child, travelled with them. They travelled in 2 old cars. Their nights were normally either spent in a tent or sleeping in the car. Chica. That was a nice show, she said as she loaded her guitar. Monty. Yeah, nice. Hummer's performing. Oh, I haven't missed the after-show disputes. Roxy. Ugh, those 2 are fighting? Fuck, I'm glad to be driving with Chica. Holy shit. Gregory. Please let me go in your car. I can't stand hearing Freddy arguing right now. Chica. Have a little respect for your father. Don't call him by his first name. Gregory. Fine. Monty. They're always like this, he asked as they leaned against the wall, taking out one single cigarette. Gregory. Hey, could you give me one? Monty. The fuck do I look like? I ain't giving cigarettes to a child. Chica. God, Gregory, you really gotta stop it with this. Gregory. You gotta stop acting like you're my mom. Roxy. Anyhow, answering your question, Monty, no, they normally ain't like this. Bond's just being an insecure bitch. Speaking of which, she said as the other 2 moved outside, putting their stuff in the other car. It's about damn time. Gotta get moving now if we want to be allowed into the campsite. Freddy. Sorry. Me and Bond had to have a discussion. Roxy. I really don't give a fuck. Now let's go. Thankfully the place ain't far from here. They all moved over to the cars, Monty being stuck with the other 2, riding in the back seat. The silence was utterly deafening. Monty trembling his leg, uneasy. Bonnie. Could you fucking stop with that? Monty. Didn't I tell you to stop fucking arguing? Let me be. Bonnie. No, I can't. You think you can just come here and act like you're all high and mighty? Monty. Dude, I'm not even doing anything. Stop like you fucking know me. You don't. Its response only angered the rabbit more, who at this point wanted to start a fight. Bonnie. So why are you here? I knew you were in a band before this. No rookie can perform like that, so spit it out. Why have you left your first band? Monty. None of your damn business. Bonnie. Oh, so it isn't because they kicked you out. Monty. Don't pretend to know something you don't. There was a disagreement and I left. The end of the story. Are we close, Freddy? Freddy. Yeah, actually we're here. I'm just looking for a parking spot. They all parked, got their tents, backpacks, and got inside the camping site. These guys are smart. Camping is way cheaper than staying in a hotel. Guess it makes sense. They're still quite underground. We don't got motel money. They thought. As they all went to their camping spot and began to set camp. After the tents were done, Roxy started a small fire in the pit. Roxy, sweet, we don't have to use those gas stoves. This meal's almost free, she said, before putting the grid on fire. Chica coming in with a pot of full water. Gregory, what's dinner? Chica, noodles. Gregory, again. Freddy, come on, Gregory, just this night. Tomorrow we'll go out grocery shopping and actually eat something good. Monty, so how y'all meet? Roxy, well, me and Chica met in our last band. It was an all-girls band. When it split, we decided to move on. Chica recommended us joining Freddy in his new project, and that's how I met Bon. And Chica, me and Freddy were childhood friends. We always joked around about being in a band. I believe I met Bonnie when Gregory was a toddler. The dude finally came from the States after all those years, if I'm not mistaken. You two met in high school. Freddy, yeah, he was nice. For a jock, he said before chuckling. Bonnie, oh, come on. I would never mean the you. Freddy, nah, you were really nice. I still remember the day we met. I was being bullied by the rest of the team because I'm gay. You jumped in and helped. Bonnie, I couldn't stand them being like that to you. Gregory, can you all stop reminiscing? Freddy, alright, but you're gonna have to stop playing on your phone and do some homework. Gregory, every work is homework. Oh wait, never mind. We don't even got a home! Freddy, Gregory, I know you missed the apartment, but if we stay there, we can't afford to pay the bills. Gregory, so being homeless is better? The bear was left speechless, feeling bad for his decisions, wondering if they were the right ones. The new band member being the one who answered the question. Monty, it's certainly better than starving, don't you think? At least like this you get to eat. Gregory, what do you know about living in a car? You just joined our little homeless group. Monty, at least you get a car and food. Sounds good to me. Besides, for what y'all said, you have this by choice. If you want to go back to your apartments, you can. Better than what I had in my teens. Gregory, what happened to you? He asked, sympathizing with the alligator. Monty, got kicked out of my folks' home. That's all I'm willing to tell you. I'm not sure if the rest of the story is really kid appropriate. They all kept having significant chatter as the food was being made. After they all ate, they decided how it was dividing tent-wise. There were 3 tents. Chica stayed with Roxy, Freddy stayed with Gregory, and Monty stayed with Bonnie. Fucking great. I have to stay with the motherfucker who hates me. The gator thought as they made their way inside, putting his stuff on their side of the tent. Bonnie laid down on his side of the tent, scrolling through his phone. Mind if I change? Monty, mind if I change? Bonnie, As long as I don't see your dick or ass. Nope, he replied, not looking away from his phone. The alligator took off his jacket and welded his sweater before opening his backpack and taking off a t-shirt. The rabbit quickly glanced over at them. Are those track marks? And scars too? Oh, this ain't fucking good. Okay. I think I'm gonna do it in... I don't know. Right, hold on. Bear with me. So, I am gonna read the next chapter. Sorry, ignore the rustling. Gotta eat something. So this is really just me getting more comfortable with the character voices. Monty woke up. He felt absolutely dreadful, regretting some of yesterday's decisions, even though they were took to help him. They looked around the tent, Bonnie still asleep. Then they checked their phone, groaning. 9 a.m. Really? Fuck, couldn't it be later? Then I could justify it. Oh, fuck it, I can't deal with these fucking thoughts anymore. I'm doing it. As soon as I can get up. Fighting off the... God. Sorry, my pronunciation of words is a little weird sometimes. Fighting off the strength that kept him on the ground. Once finally up, he got his jacket and went to the bathroom. Chica. Morning, Monty. Ready to hit the road? Monty. Yeah, I just gotta finish putting my shit in its place, he said, adjusting his star glasses. Chica. Want something to eat first? Monty. Yeah, what do you have? Chica. I got a granola bar, she said, picking it up. Monty. Toss it over, then. The guitarist did so, him catching it before heading it over to his tent. He got inside and his eyes met Bonnie's, who'd just finished packing his bag. His pupils. This motherfucker really is out here getting high. And once again, if I say anything to Freddy, he'll go off on how I smoke weed. He's different. He's definitely on something heavier. The rabbit then finally made his way back outside, seeing Freddy leaving his tent, being taken back to their conversation last night. Messages. Fredbear. I'm sorry for our fight. I know how paranoid you can get after your last band fiasco. It won't happen again. You know you're unreplaceable, right? Bon. I guess so. Shouldn't have freaked out on you. Although I wonder how unreplaceable I really am. Fredbear. You think after all those years of looking for where you went was spent just 'cause? You're unreplaceable and you're very special. I really like you. A random new bassist won't change any of that. He spaced out, looking at the bear, thinking about the beginning of his last sentence. Their relationship was definitely complicated. Bonnie blamed himself for it. They used to be best friends before he moved to the USA in the middle of high school. Yet, years later, it felt like something more. Freddy. Why are you staring at me? Do I have something on my face? He asked worryingly, the other's face forming a smile. Just the most beautiful look, that's all. The bear slightly blushed, smiling at the remark. Gregory. Ah, get a room, the teen said before moving over to Chica's car, putting his bag inside. Bonnie, I guess we'll have to finish this chat after the show, he whispered into the other's ear, getting the bear all excited. Today's show is just a few hours away from the camping site they were in, so once everything was in the cars, they hit the road. Monty still riding with Freddie and Bonnie, this time sitting in the co-driver's seat while Bonnie sat behind. The bear being the driver. Monty. So, Freddie, don't take this badly, but how'd you get Gregory? For what you said, you ain't straight, so what's up with that? Is your bio son adopted? Freddie, I'm not sure if I should tell you. I haven't spoke about it with him. Also, we don't have that kind of close relationship yet. Monty, what if I tell you something you might want to know about me? The rabbit's ears perked up after listening to that, completely stopping playing with his long hair. Hey, yo, is he going clean with this shit? That was the rabbit's immediate thought after hearing those words. Freddie. Still to know, if I haven't told my child about it, I won't tell someone who I just started working with. Monty. Alright, I guess you got a point. Sorry for asking, they said, suddenly feeling something cold run down his nose. Freddie. It's fine. The alligator didn't care for the answer, as he wiped their snout, looking worryingly at the substance. Fuck. Blood? Come on, Monty, get a tissue, quick. Don't let it drip anywhere, they thought as they looked for a tissue in his jacket, setting it off and getting it and wiping off the blood. Bonnie. Monty, next night in the tent, be careful with your tail. It was all in my business last night. Even when I pushed it away multiple times, it still got into my space. Monty. Sorry, can't control it in my sleep. It won't happen again. He hates me. Everyone hates me. I shouldn't exist. Fuck, it's wearing off. I gotta get something to soften the blow. Can't go all trembles and chills with him. So, when are we stopping for gas? Freddie. We'll be stopping for lunch in half an hour. Fuck. Alright, Monty. It's fine. Just breathe. Mind if I smoke? Freddie. As long as it isn't weed or any drug, it's fine. Monty. Why did your mind jump to weed immediately? He asked, paranoid, thinking the other had noticed his plan, taking a cigarette from his pack. Bonnie. 'Cause I'd do it. Monty. I wouldn't take you for the weed kind. Bonnie. Well, I am. Not much more was said until they got to the gas station, stopping by the services attached and going inside to eat. Monty snuck away, telling people he was going into the bathroom. Bonnie. So, don't you think there's something wrong with Monty? He asked. The two girls stood up while they ate. Chica. Not really. What do you even mean by it? Bonnie. Yesterday I think I saw track marks on his arms. You think he's an addict? Roxy. First, you think you saw, or you actually saw? Those are some wild accusations, man. Be careful with them. Bonnie. Aren't you worried about him doing something stupid while he's high? Roxy. Listen, you also do drugs. I don't understand your stigma about him. You're not even sure if he's an addict. Bonnie. Me and him are different. Roxy. Sure, whatever. Just shut up, eat, stop being paranoid. The rabbit did as she told him, although his mind continued to roam non-stop. He didn't like Monty, and all this was just giving him more reason to hate him. Once the alligator was back from the bathroom, Bonnie saw the absolute state of their eyes behind those sunglasses. He better not destroy this. He better not fucking destroy our dreams just because he's an addict. Okay, so that's taken me 20 minutes. Alright, I'll record the next part sometime soon. Alright.